Well, good morning. This is Plant Smart Living with Farmer Fred. Really glad you could join me today out here in the vegetable garden. It's a beautiful sunny day here today in Pennsylvania. You know, our last frost date was a couple days ago, which was May 15th. And so now it's time to plant those warm weather crops. And today I thought I would share some tips and ideas with you on how you can plant Sweet Million tomato plant. It's called Sweet Million. And this is what it looks like. And I'm going to be planting these right here in the garden trellis alongside me. So thanks for joining me today out here in the vegetable garden. On every plant label, you know, they do sometimes give you some helpful information here. It says here that this plant matures in 65 days. And here behind it says, produces large grape-like clusters of flavorful sweet cherry tomatoes. And to care for it, you want to make sure it's good, loose, fertile soil and keep well watered during the growing season. And so I'm going to be planting 2 of these so that they'll grow right up my trellis. Now, I learned years ago not to prune these, you know, not to prune the suckers off of them, because these cherry tomatoes, if you just let them do their thing, you know, it's amazing the fruit that will be produced from these plants. And so anyhow, I'm going to be planting these right here alongside. So I added a 2 to 3 inch layer of compost here, and then, you know, I always amend my soils with the alfalfa pellets. And so these look like a 3-inch pack here, and I end up paying $1.25 for each of these from Ray's Nursery. And so I'm simply just going to take my hand and make a hole. And you know, you can always plant tomatoes a little deeper, so I'll actually take off the first 2 branches and plant them a little deeper. It'll result in a little healthier plant, because the stem is also the root. And then I'm going to plant these about 1 foot apart. And then these plants will grow anywhere from 8 to 12 feet, you know, if you let them. And so these are just going to produce hundreds and hundreds of tomatoes. And you just want to lightly tamp the soil in around your plant. And then I'm going to use my twine to attach these tomato plants to the trellis as they grow taller. And then you also want to make sure you keep them well watered during the growing season. I also work through my soil with my trusty handy dandy garden fork, that you want to make sure your soil's nice and loose anytime you grow plants out in your garden. And so these are also planted in a location where they're going to get a good 8 hours of sunlight. And so anyhow, I hope this video was able to give you some tips and ideas on how you can grow your Sweet Million cherry tomato plants in your vegetable garden. Again, something really easy to do. And you know, my hope with my garden channel is to take all the fears and worries and anxiety out of gardening, you know, because I realize gardening is a big learning curve, and sometimes it can be very overwhelming. So, you know, my goal is to try to take you step by step through each time you plant something to make it a little bit easier for you. So anyhow, I hope this video is able to give you some ideas, and if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the section below. And you can also visit us at plantsmartliving.com, and there you can learn more about gardening and also how you can reclaim your health by adopting a whole food, plant-based lifestyle. Well, anyhow, I hope you have a wonderful day today. So until next time, this is Plant Smart Living with Farmer Fred.